Hi friends, this is my first ever body painting tutorial. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. If you guys are interested in seeing how I created my Sally and Jessica Rabbit hybrid, then keep on watching. So first things first, I went ahead and I blocked my brows off camera. Jessica's known for her really skinny arched brows while Sally has none, so I did want that element of Jessica included in this look, so I went ahead and I did that off camera. I also completed one eye, so now I'm going to show you how to do it on the other side. So I took the P. Louise X Mitchell Acid Rain, the cosmetic paint in the color Ecstasy, and I took a really thin Motor Pro angled brush and I kind of just packed that on to make it really skinny so I can draw out my line and template really clean. I dragged in the purple to make sure that the center is still clear. So please be mindful of that because I will be taking a lighter color in the center to highlight that because Jessica's lids are very elongated and highlighted down the center like a halo eye almost. Okay, so for this step, all I took was the NYX Green Concealer, which is a color corrector. And I took a small e.l.f. brush and I really went in to make sure all the lines were nice and defined and even. Please take your time. Please be patient. I promise the outcome is going to be way more rewarding than all the stress this is causing. Pretty much keep doing that until you're satisfied and everything looks nice and clean. I'm going to be taking another P. Louise X Mitchell cosmetic paint in the shade Ibiza. And I'm just going to apply it with my finger because I find the warmth of my finger sometimes works into the skin a little bit better. And it distributes the product a little nicer on the skin as well. So yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna do that, trying my hardest to avoid going over that ecstasy that we just applied over the edge so we can keep the edge nice and dark and the center light. So for today, we're gonna be diving into the new Bloodlust palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. To apply my eyeshadows today, I'm going to be using the Morphe M507 brush, which is just a small blending brush that has a bit of a point to kind of get right in where I need to get. I'm going to be juggling between the shades Deviant and Vivid Mood, which are two light lavenders, one's a bit lighter than the other, just so I can have the mix of the two to make the transition from the dark purple to the lavender look really seamless and blended. So I'm going to be doing that pretty much until I'm satisfied and there's no patchiness and everything looks nice and even. So I'm going to take the same brush to apply the next color shadow. I'm going to jump into the shade Dungeon, which is like an eggplant purple. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the lavenders with the dark purple, trying to keep that dark purple only on the edge. And again, I'm just going to go back and forth between all three of the shades using the same brush until I'm satisfied.
Ella desaparece, pero aparece cuando le dan ganas. Han sido un par de veces, y si es por mí le cada semana. Se hace la que no quiere.
For foundation today, I'm going to be jumping into the Makeup Forever Flash palette. I'm going to be taking a lot of that white and a tiny bit of this minty color just so we could get a really pale blue. With creams, please be careful when you're working them into the skin because creams, especially of other colors, can very easily be overworked, meaning it is easier to become patchier and it is easier to not really stick onto the skin as well. So be mindful of that. Try not to swipe on product. Try to really stipple it into the skin to get a nice even base. Especially with something so light, it will show patches and unevenness. So please be mindful of that. Try not to apply with a beauty blender because a beauty blender will pretty much take a majority of the product off and make it more of a sheer coverage. So I'm going to take that same minty color to cream contour a little. Like I said earlier, please stipple on the product when working with cream. So please do not smudge it around or slap it on the face. Just stipple it right where you want it so then later on we can just press it into the skin with another brush. So I'm going to go into my cheekbone, my forehead, and my jawline. Underneath my bottom lip, Cupid's bow, and I do my nose. Just like we contoured, we now have to highlight. So for highlighting today, I'm going to be taking the Magic Star Concealer by Jeffree Star Cosmetics in white. So basically the reason that I use white concealer when I have a different colored face is because when I blend it in, it will make a paler version of whatever color I am using as foundation. So because I am using this color, white will blend in perfect to give her the perfect highlight that I need for it to work realistically. So I go in under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and the sides of the mouth. For setting a cream base, I don't recommend using a brush. I do like to use a sponge. A sponge is a bit more delicate for this step. I do find sometimes a brush applies powders, especially on a different colored cream base. It comes out a bit patchier and more uneven, so I do like to use the sponge. Like I said, it just kind of melts into your skin a little nicer as well. So I took the Ben Nye Super White Powder and I just applied that everywhere. I applied the concealer and pretty much everywhere I applied the foundation, because if we don't set the cream, we will stay sticky and pretty much rub all over the place. So I want to make sure that that's intact. So once I'm done with that, we'll move on to the next step.
Terminaste sin rap acabar, viendo que te tocara. Ya será difícil, pero será. Anda con la mía, siempre arrebatar. Pidiendo que
Now it's time to set our cream contour. So for that, I will be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Thirsty palette. I'm going to be juggling between the shades Submerge and Splash. One is a bit more of a true blue, while the other is more of a greenish blue. So I want the perfect mix of both to give her a nice contour. So I'm going to basically be applying it everywhere that I put the creams, just to redefine it, and just because I do like a cheekbone, as you guys know. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to do that until I'm happy. Again, do not forget, don't swipe the product around because it will take product off of your base. It's going to disrupt your base. So just tap on the product exactly where you want it. Okay, so I threw this little clip in here to show you guys how my crazy mind works. So Sally has very separated, long, doll-like eyelashes, while obviously Jessica's more glamorous and has a more regular lash. So I had an old pair of like these spider webby lashes, and then I took my Tati lashes in TL1 and I just stacked them. So I know it sounds crazy, but when my eye is open, it'll give me the perfect balance of volume and a little bit of the doll kind of long straight lashes that Sally has. So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and do some liner and apply top and bottom lashes, and I will be right back. Now that the lashes are on, I hope you guys can see what I was trying to explain. Anyways, now we're going to move on to the body painting portion, so I'm really excited. I'm going to go in with my red Mehron water activated body paint and a larger paintbrush just to save me some time and energy, honestly. So I filled in one full side and I'm going to fill in half of the other side. Just to jazz it up, I took some NYX glitter primer and I just took a MAC pink hearts glitter and I just sprinkled that all over my chest just so she has a little bit of shine down there, because I didn't want to leave it flat red. If you do, that's totally fine, but I'm extra and I just wanted to add some glitter, so this step is completely optional. Okay, so in my opinion, both Sally and Jessica's outfits are very iconic, so I needed to incorporate them both. So I created half Jessica Rabbit and then I saved that little patch for Sally. So I went in with burgundy body paint and I just drew on 2 black stripes just because Sally has a pattern dress, so I wanted to incorporate some type of print in there. Yeah, this step is completely optional. You don't have to do it if you're feeling just the Jessica Rabbit or whatever. That's completely up to you. I just wanted to add the extra touch. Both of them have very petite and small figures, so I literally took some black body paint and just went in and just eliminated a bunch of my body pretty much, so my neck and my shoulders. Just to make my life easier, I went in and I outlined my dress and my new fake shoulders just so I can fill in the middle part a little easier. Just keep in mind the stippling and the smudging of the foundation just again so everything is nice and even and nothing is patchy. And yeah, pretty much fill that in and take your time until everything is nice and ready.
Bailando que me provoca, tiene a los nenes loco y a la nena loca, que me sale la boca. Mírala como se toca, toca, caliente que me provoca. Será difícil, pero será. Anda con la mía, siempre arrebata.
So jumping back into the same two blue colors we used from the Thirsty palette with a fluffy brush, I'm just going to give myself a new set of boobs and a new set of collarbones because Jessica is very known for her chest area. So I took the same mint from the Thirsty palette and just a small angled brush to draw out a guideline for my mouth stitch. I try to keep my mouth in a slight smile form because when you map it out and your mouth is straight, it doesn't match up, so keep that in mind. Once you find the perfect placement, take the same mint color and just a big fluffy brush and kind of swipe it all around that area. Not too harsh because we still want the line to be very visible, but just a bit more diffused. I took a white body paint and went in the center of the shadow we just laid down, and now I'm going to take a black body paint and draw a super skinny line throughout the middle of that. Just try to be as slow and clean as possible because to get a line is really annoying, so just take your time. For the stitches themselves, it's very easy. You do those 1, 2, 3. I forgot to record it, but once you're done, take the white body paint and highlight the center of each of those threads. We made it to the end. So off camera, I went ahead, I finished up the neck and chest area. I took my traditional favorite red ombre lip combo. So I did a darker burgundy and a brighter red in the center. Over top of that, I tapped on some Peaches pigment in the shade Ruby for a metallic red lip because I wanted to be extra today. I popped on my Spooky Eyes contacts, my gloves, and my wig. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's been long awaited to see me doing some body painting, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody stays safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.